Today, an extraordinary team of Kenyans and their guests from the West are going to work with Route 61 with unseen and isolated children living in the Kenyan juvenile justice system. This may look like a rural village, but it's a government compound. And amongst the ducks and goats, the staff of this remand home live with their families on site. Outside, Route 61 and their guests gather to pray and prepare for the day ahead. For the children, this is an exciting, fun-filled day. Route 61 encourages them with inspiring messages of love and hope. Together, they sing and dance and play. The team has brought resources for these talented and creative young people, for their art, their music, and more. This is Dignity 61, an opportunity to help girls feel valued and loved, to promote respect and self-worth. It's easy to forget that all this is happening behind bars. These young people are accused of, or are the victims of crime. They are here waiting to discover what their fate will be in the overburdened Kenyan judicial system. Route 61's team has an unprecedented opportunity to access and pray for children facing so much doubt, pain and hopelessness, and doing so much without the love and support of their parents. This is Pastor Jacob. He mentors young people and helps them face what's happened in their past. Most of these young people have never known their fathers. Many have never received a comforting hug. Some have never even heard the words, "I love you." Pastor Jacob physically demonstrates God's loving affection and helps them to receive God's loving touch. To say this is emotionally draining work is an understatement, but it's not without its rewards.
This is Becky. At the age of 13, she was accused of committing murder, and for the past 3 years, she's been housed in a government institution known as a remand home. Becky has asked us to share her story, but to protect her identity, you will not see her face, but you will hear her voice.
My name is Becky. We had a slight misunderstanding with a very good friend of mine while we were at home. So the conflict led us to a fight. And now, during our process of fighting, he got being dead. He is a disease now. Now I was caught and I'm now in a remand home. It's now been 3 years. I'm on my 3rd year of being in this place. What Route 61 have done for me? Route 61, they have brought hope into me. My relationship with God wasn't that okay or wasn't that good because I was highly disappointed with God due to the circumstances that I was facing. I thought that God is not there. He doesn't even look on me. He doesn't hear me. I was lacking that hope, but due to their coming into this institution, they've brought hope into me, and now I believe that God is alive and God hears our prayers. What I think God is feeling about me right now is that He's proud of me. My relationship with my parents before I came into this institution, or before the phone was provided by Route 61, wasn't quite okay because I had no time to tell them or to open up all the stuff that I was doing in my past, all the bad things that I was doing. But now, because the phone is there and now it has got credits, I normally talk to them and tell them what went wrong, what pushed me to. And now that has made us to reconcile and to be in one.
During her time at the remand home, Becky has consistently denied committing murder. But since we recorded this video with Becky, and following the support and mentorship of Route 61, and particularly the work of Pastor Jacob, Becky has been able to come to terms with her actions. And this has resulted in Becky not only forgiving herself, but she can receive the love and forgiveness of God. This resulted in Becky being able to take the courageous and brave decision to stand before the judge and confess to having committed this murder. Because Becky had already spent 3 years in the remand and had served her sentence, Becky is now released into the community, living in another city with a sister in Kenya.
Many children haven't connected with their parents since entering the remand home, but through the Route 61 phone, they can now reconcile and reconnect with their families. Upon leaving the remand home, some young people maintain their connection with Route 61 team members. This young man, who is now at home in the community, continues to see Jacob as a father figure and guide. Route 61 has been invited by the Kenyan government to deliver this unique program of hope, love, mentoring, prayer and support to all statutory children's institutions nationwide. The team currently serves 11 institutions, but with this official government partnership, they now have access to 30 locations nationwide, representing many thousands of vulnerable children.
What I can tell to the people who are supporting Route 61 is that they should not lose hope. They should keep on spreading the gospel, because there are people who still need it. It's not only me, but there are still people who are being born who still need it. And it's good to preach the gospel of God to those who lack hope and to those who lack belief and faith in Him.
Route 61. Where their parents can't be, we are.